find, found, found, grind, ground, ground, wind, wound, wound. Short I can change to U. Dig, dug, dug. Stick, stuck, stuck. Spin, spun, spun. Sting, stung, stung. Two very common verbs, sell and tell, become sold and told in the past and past participle. Finally, we have the verbs with ought endings in the past and past participle. This can be spelled O-U-G-H-T or A-U-G-H-T, but the pronunciation is the same. Bring, brought, brought. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Fight, fought, fought. Seek, sought, sought. Teach, taught, taught. Think, thought, thought. Remember that the G is silent in these verbs. Verbs with 3 different vowels. In this group, the vowel changes from I to A to U. Begin, began, begun. Drink, drank, drunk. Ring, rang, rung. Shrink, shrank, shrunk. Sing, sang, sung. Sink, sank, sunk. Spring, sprang, sprung. Swim, swam, swum. Finally, we have the completely irregular verbs. These verbs don't follow any specific pattern, so you just need to memorize their past and past participle forms. The verb to be is am, is, or are in the present, was or were in the past, and been in the past participle. Do, did, done. Go, went, gone. Have, had, had. Make, made, made. Thanks for watching English Tips from Espresso English. If you liked this video, please share it.
All right, everybody, let's learn some irregular verbs. Go! Take.
Take.
Took.
Took.
Taken.
Taken.
Shake.
Shake.
Shook.
Shook.
Shaken.
Shaken.
Are you having fun?
No.
Would you have more fun if I hit you with my hand? This is my hand, my third hand. I have another idea. Maybe a little bit more fun way to learn irregular verbs. You want to try?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Let's try it. shake, shook, shaking. Wake, woke, woken to the style I'm creating. Think, thought, thought, seek, sought, sought. Listen to the lesson that I teach, taught, taught. Don't sleep, slept, slept. I creep, crept, crept. I sneak, snuck, snuck up. You leap, leapt, leapt. I keep, kept, kept. Having fun. I'm never beat, beat, beaten. I win, won, won. Do, did, done. Begin, began, begun. Shoot, shot, shot. No, I don't own a gun. I lead, led, led so I can feed, fed, fed. The knowledge you need straight to your head when I bring it. I brought it. You catch it. You caught it. Sit back, relax. Don't fight, fought it. Please don't freeze, frozen. When I speak, spoken. It's real, you can feel. I don't steal, stolen. I choose, chosen. The very best rhymes and written them in. Into my mind and into your mind when we met. I'll bet. I won't let you forgotten. I gotten. Every head nodding. Don't think about stopping. Just come. This is hip hop. I don't sing, song. I sting, stung. You cling, clung on each and every one. you hang, hung. It's not enough to dream, dreamt, you gotta spend time on your goals. Please lend me your ear, come near, and I'll lay down this new sound that I make. I hope you don't say that you think it's junk. I hope you don't think that I stink, stunk. If you're thirsty for English, come drink, drunk, cause I sing, some. All competition when they hear, heard, I given encouragement. When I spit, spat, never quit. Quit, don't sit, sat. Yeah, I like it like that, I'll even kneel, no. And beg you to express what you felt. I rise, rose, risen when I drive, drove, driven through the beat. Tap your feet as you ride, road, winning. Those that hide, hidden. I found. If you flee, fled, then I'll track you down. This is where I think I'm supposed to dance, but I don't dance. Does anyone dance? Now you see, saw, seen that I mean, meant every word of the message that I sent. I showed, I can fly, flew, now you know, I shine, shown, I grow through, thrown you the ball, it's your turn to grow, grew, with the verbs that you learn, grammar through lyrics, I drew, drawn, peace to ELLs, now I go, went, gone.
Alright, so was that fun or what? So you see, you can just replay that again and you will be able to learn how to remember all those verbs while we're speaking. Okay? So if you learn how to sing like that, you sing, sang, sung, you'll learn how to say those verbs when it comes down to learning how to talk. Okay? So now let's do some exercises. And let's answer some questions. So let's use the past tense of the verb to correct each sentence. So he draw a very nice picture. The verb is draw, but draw is not past tense. You have to correct it. So to correct the word draw in the past tense, it is drew. Okay, drew. So he drew a very nice picture. He drew a very nice picture. Okay? I lead them to the store. You lead, led. Okay? Lead, led. So I lead them. No, I led them to the store. So I led them to the store. Okay? Harry lose his favorite shirt. Lose is present. We don't want lose, so lost. So it's lost. Harry lost his favorite shirt. Okay? Harry lost his favorite shirt. Okay? Do you bring the keys? Okay? Do you bring the keys? Here we have do, and it's a question. So we have to say, did you bring the keys? So, did you bring the keys? Did you bring the keys? Okay. Number 5, the window freeze over. The window freeze over. Freeze is not a verb. Freeze is not a verb. So freeze, froze, frozen. So freeze, froze. Okay, the window froze over. The window froze over. Okay, Sally, sing beautifully. Sally, sing beautifully. It doesn't sound right. Okay? So, sing, sang, sung. Sing, sang, sung. So, Sally sang beautifully. Sally sang beautifully. Alright? Sally sang beautifully. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Okay. So, same thing again. They give me a free sample. They give me a free sample? No. They gave. Gave. Give, gave, given. They gave me a free sample. They gave me a free sample. Okay. Do he hold the light correctly? Do he hold the light correctly? Right. It doesn't sound right. Did he hold the light correctly? Much better. Do you make that noise? Do you make that noise? Once again, I'm going to say, did you make that noise? Did you make that noise? Okay. Bob, speak too loudly. Bob, speak too loudly. Bob, speak too loudly. Right? You can't say Bob, speak too loudly. Say spoke. Right? Speak, spoke, spoken. So Bob spoke too loudly. Bob spoke too loudly. Okay. We leave her alone. We leave her alone. So leave, left, left. Leave, left, left. So we left her alone. Alright? Okay. Do he keep the money? Do he keep the money? No, right? You can tell. We can't say do he keep the money. To say did he keep the money? Did he keep the money? Okay, very good. Now, for the last thing we have for today is a paragraph to read and some questions to answer. Okay? I saw a great movie, Gran Torino. This film is directed by Clint Eastwood. It is set in a small town in the USA. It's an interesting film because it's about the feelings of a rude man after his wife's death. He meets his Asian neighbors, and little by little, he becomes a good person. The story begins after his wife's death. He lives and feels alone because his children don't love him. He is an ex-military from Vietnam, and he hates himself because of his murders. His neighbors are Asian, and he remembers Vietnam, but he helps them to live in the difficult town, which is too dangerous. Okay. So now let's analyze our paragraph, and then we're going to look at our questions. Okay. So this film directed, we have past tense right there. Okay. Directed by Clint Eastwood, is set. Okay, is set in a small town in the USA. It is an interesting film because it's about the feelings of a rude man after his wife's death. He meets his Asian neighbors, and little by little, he becomes a good person. The story begins after his wife's death. He lives and feels alone because his children don't love him. He's an ex-military from Vietnam. Ex-military means that he used to be a military in the army from Vietnam and hates himself because of his murders. His neighbors are Asian and he remembers Vietnam, but he helps them to live in a difficult town. He's too dangerous. Okay. What are our questions that we have? Okay. After a few months, the Asian family become like his own family. He taught their son to look for a job, and finally, a main character had a tragic end. The film is fantastic. Its director and main character, Clint Eastwood, created tension, and he gets a bounding atmosphere. The characters are all really real, and the spectator gets interested in the story. I recommend this film. I think it continues to pull at your thoughts, and it's funny too. Excellent story and very well directed. Okay. So what are our questions that we have for today? Gran Torino, who directed the movie? Who directed the film? When does the story start? Was the man in the military? Why does the man hate himself? Are the man's neighbors Asian or Caucasian? Would you watch this movie? Okay. So we have 6 questions to answer. Okay, so who directed the film? Okay, Gran Torino. This film is directed by Clint Eastwood. So it's very easy. Just look at the questions, read your questions, and then look at your paragraph. Okay? So, who directed the film? Clint Eastwood. Okay. When does the story start? When does the story start? Okay. This film, directed by Clint Eastwood, is set in a small town in the USA. It is an interesting film because it's about the feelings of a rude man after his wife's death. He meets his Asian neighbors, and little by little, he becomes a good person. The story begins after his wife's death. So the story begins after his wife's death. So the story begins after his wife's death. Okay. The story begins after his wife's death. Was the man in the military? He lives and feels alone because his children don't love him. He is an ex-military from Vietnam. So, yeah. So was the man in the military? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. So yes, he was. He's an ex-military. Okay. Now, why does the man hate himself? Why does the man hate himself? He lives and feels alone because his children don't love him. He's an ex-military from Vietnam and hates himself because of his murders. Murder means to kill someone. Okay? So he hates himself because of his murders. So he hates himself because of his murders. He hates himself because of his murders. Okay? Number 5. Are the man's neighbors Asian or Caucasian? Asian means from Asia. Caucasian means they have a white skin color. Okay? So are the man's neighbors Asian or Caucasian? And that's very easy to remember. Right here. Okay? He meets his Asian neighbors. So his neighbors are Asian. Okay, so are the man's neighbors Asian or Caucasian? They are Asian. Okay, his neighbors are Asian. Okay, very simple. And our last question, would you watch this movie? This question is to you. Is this a movie that you would like? So this right here is a yes or no question. And it's up to you to decide. Would you watch this movie? Personally, me personally, yes, I would. So I would say yes. Okay, so today we spoke about, in Unit 9, about things that we do at the moment, so present continuous, and activities that we do like riding a bike, talking, okay? And we've also spoken today about the past and how to make verbs in the past tense, as well as how to make irregular verbs into the past. So sleep, slept, walk, and walked. They're both past, but they're different. Okay? And next time, we will gather again and meet again for another lesson with academic professional training. This is Mr. Amir Khalifa. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, and have a nice day.